gotta say the quiet part out loud. You don't need closure, you need distance. Because every time you break no contact, you're not getting clarity, you're reopening the wound. So stop calling it love when it's really self-abandonment.
They left without a goodbye. No explanation, no accountability, no closure. So she stopped waiting and became it. Hey, Rych Babes! Welcome back to A Rich Girl's Glow Up. I'm Robin Milan, and this monologue is for every woman who was left hanging, okay? Not just by a man, but by family, by friends, and people who were meant everything until they walked away like it was nothing. This one is for the Rych Babes who never got that apology, the ones who had to heal from conversations that never happened, who carried pain they didn't cause and still found a way to move forward. So let's talk about it. Make sure that you like, subscribe, and share, and I'll be back at the end.
Baby, closure is not a prerequisite for healing. I don't know who lied and told y'all that. Closure is not guaranteed even if you do seek it. You may go to your ex-girlfriend, boyfriend, best friend, something like that, looking for closure, and you may not get the answers or the validation that you need. And that's going to further frustrate you and keep you even more emotionally distressed. True healing comes from within, not from external sources. And seeking closure means that you have to rely on somebody else for an answer or an explanation. You have to accept the fact that the relationship has ended, even without the closure, because that's what helps you move forward. The more you rely on other people for closure, the more you are emotionally dependent of those people. Stop relying on those people's perspective. Create your narrative of the relationship's ending. This helps you take control of your healing process. For whatever the reason is, that relationship, that friendship, whatever has ended, there is nothing that an explanation can do but ease some of the pain. The pain of the breakup is still going to be there, okay? But you don't want to rely on a person to relieve you of that piece of pain. It's not going to make that much of a difference, I can promise you that. But what I can tell you is if you keep on seeking closure from somebody and their intentions ain't pure, you're going to get manipulated. And that's more you got to heal from. Choose your battles wisely, okay, baby? Bye, babies. Love you.
I don't know who needs to hear this right now, but if you're sitting around waiting for closure, I want to remind you of something. You already have it. See, their lack of honesty was closure. The way they treated you was closure. The fact that you don't have an explanation is closure. The disrespect is closure. So stop sitting there telling yourself you need closure. And wake up and recognize that the way that you were treated gives you all the closure you need, and move on.
The relationship is over. Forget needing closure. You will never find closure from a man who couldn't even comprehend your value. Sometimes you leave with a lesson, and sometimes you leave with nothing but the opportunity to distance yourself from a man who couldn't love you properly. The mistreatment was your closure. The disrespect was your closure. The abuse was your closure. You trusted your heart and soul with a man who was dishonest, who was disloyal, which means he's no longer deserving of your energy, time, or attention. Move on and forget needing closure. The only closure you need is to understand that you deserve better. That's your closure. Be smart, act smart, choose wisely, that nation. And remember, I told you.
I don't know who needs to hear this, but you do not need closure. Their disrespect was all the closure that you needed. The way they never cared about your feelings, that is your closure. Every single time they belittled you, that was your closure. Of course, having an apology would be so nice, but if you think about it, why do we even need one? Chances are, they're not gonna mean what they're saying anyway. Chances are, they're not sorry that they hurt you. They're just sorry that they lost you. Receiving closure really does nothing for me. It doesn't heal me, and it just opens a door again to disrespect. When they hurt you and they expected an apology from you, that was your closure. A lot of the times in life, we ask God to give us a sign. Give me a sign that I'm not supposed to be here. Lord, give me a sign that this person is not for me. And when God gives you all those signs that you like to ignore sometimes, that is your closure. Them hurting you and trying to manipulate the situation, acting like you hurt them, was your closure. Your heart already let go a long time ago. Your heart already processed all the things that your head was not ready to accept. You don't need to sit here and explain to them as to how they hurt you and why it made you feel that way. They know. A lot of people like to act like they don't know when they hurt you, just so they don't have to apologize for what they did because their ego wouldn't let them. You don't need closure, okay? You're good. It's okay to be sad after making the right decision. What you need to do right now is go love yourself, is go remind yourself who the fuck you are. You need to go remind yourself how valuable you are, how lovable you are, how deserving of great things you are, how happy you used to be, and how happy you're gonna be without this person. You have to go remember that in that dark tunnel that you're in right now, that little light at the end of the tunnel, that's you. That's you, baby. It's you. Feel, cry, heal, embrace yourself. Embrace the fact that you left that situation that was so toxic to you. It's gonna hurt, but making the right decision can also hurt sometimes too. Do you really need a closure? No. You got that a long time ago, okay? I love you.
So I'm gonna hold your hands when I say this. There's no such thing as closure. In terms of you getting it from somebody else. You are not going over their house to get closure. Okay? There's nothing that person can say to you that will justify the way they treated you, dismissed you, and invalidated you. There is nothing they can say to you to make you feel better about the situation or go on the path to healing quicker. All right? Because you're going to go over there, and you're going to end up with your legs at 10 and 2. You're going to go over there, and you don't know nothing about geometry, but somehow you ended up in a 90-degree angle. Stop it.
True closure is not the anticipation of their apology. It's acknowledging that you never needed their apology to heal in the first place. Catch it. Well, Yana, I need for them to acknowledge how they did me wrong. I need them to say, I'm sorry. I need for them to release me from the bondage of the trauma they've inflicted upon my life. Haven't you given them folks enough power over your life? Are you not tired, beloved? You don't need them jokers to do not one more thing in your life. Besides, leave quickly. Stop placing your healing in the hands of those who have hurt you. That's how you spiritually and psychologically screw yourself over. You'll begin to hold yourself back from things you've always wanted to do. You'll stop following your dreams. You'll give up on your goals. You'll begin to feel like you are not worthy of God's purpose and plan for your life. Therefore, you will not reap your harvest. So don't get me wrong. The person that hurt you, acknowledging that they hurt you would be a blessing. Praise the Lord. Hallelujah. Salvation, glory for self-awareness. But if it doesn't happen, it's not the end of the world. Understand that if them folks had that much self-awareness to acknowledge how they did you wrong, they would have never did you wrong in the first place. Especially like that. So stop giving those folks power over your healing. Stop giving them power over your peace. Stop giving them power over your joy. Stop giving them power over your blessings. And take that power back. So if and when they apologize, it won't be no, oh, thank you so much, I needed that. It'll just be, thank you, have a blessed day.
One thing you will never do is seek closure from somebody who ghosted you. Don't be a foolish person. Do not seek closure. Don't go and ask the person, oh, why did you ghost me? Why did you stop talking to me? People know what they are doing. They don't want to talk to you because they don't want to talk to you. They don't want to talk to you because they don't prioritize. They don't want to talk to you because you are not valuable in their life. So what else? Their actions have showed you what else. I really want to know because I've not moved on. Bitch, move on. Move on. You don't need to go about looking for closure. When you not find closure, they'll just give you one nonsense excuse. Or some people that are very straightforward, they will tell you, oh, you know what I want. Which is more painful. Don't be a stupid person this year. If somebody should ghost you, mourn the dead. Let them go. Why did they ghost me? I like to know why they ghosted me.
You need to stop looking for closure from people who hurt you. Their lack of accountability is your closure. Their silence is your closure. The way they treated you is your closure.
I'm sorry, but there's absolutely nothing we have to talk about once I find out that you're fucking around on me. Everybody be trying to have conversations for closure. Close my motherfucking door when you leave, bitch, and don't come back.
Contrary, I think, to popular belief, you do not need an explanation as to why someone did you dirty, why someone stopped talking to you, why someone ghosted you. Understand that there is nothing they can say that is going to make you feel good. You think you want to know, but you really don't, because you're not going to find any peace in what someone says to you, right? You need to find peace in their actions, not their words, because they did it, and that's really all you need to know. The disrespect should be enough for you. You can close that chapter out on your own. You don't need anything else from them. Even if you asked, you might not even get the why. So waiting around thinking that this explanation is going to be your Hail Mary or your saving grace, it's not. It's not. The idea that the why is going to make you feel better is a complete fallacy. It's not going to make you feel better, and it's not going to give you closure. You give yourself closure by knowing that what is for you is not going to miss you, baby. It's not going to miss you. What is for you is not going to treat you like you're nothing. It's not going to just get up and fucking leave. It's not going to destroy you. It's not going to confuse you, because ultimately what is for you will always be for you. And this is obviously proof that it's not. So put yourself at ease and give yourself that peace by knowing that this is a blessing. This is a blessing in disguise. Yet again, another life reframe for you. Try to reframe every situation that seems to be negative as a positive. Someone leaving you and walking out of your life is a blessing for you. It is protection, and rejection is always redirection. Key to life. Just know that you give yourself that closure by knowing who the fuck you are. Okay, baby, know who the fuck you are, know what you deserve, and know that their actions are not a reflection of your worth. You give yourself closure by accepting it and walking away, walking towards something better, because whatever is taken away from you is not going to be replaced with anything less than better for you. Lesson learned, door closed. Thank you. Next.
The closure that you're searching for, you can actually give to yourself. A lot of times after a breakup, we sit there thinking that, oh, if we have one more last conversation with them, then you'll be able to move on. They'll give you the closure you need and everything will be easy peasy. If they were emotionally capable of giving you the closure you were looking for, they would have already done it. They're not going to say what you want them to say. And then now you're going to have something new to obsess over for the next 6 months. Let me guess. You want them to tell you that the experience was valid, your feelings were valid, that they were an idiot for not seeing how worthy you were, not seeing how much of an incredible partner you are, not seeing your full value, and just taking you for granted. You don't become valid just because they said so. You can say all those things to yourself right now. What happened to you was valid. How they treated you was wrong. You are worthy. And those things are inherent without some nasty little dirty teenage boy telling you otherwise.
She didn't get closure. Not from her parents, not from her childhood friends, not from the family members who hurt her the most. They act like it didn't happen, like the betrayal, the silence, the distance didn't shift her whole heart. They pretended the fallout was mutual, that she just drifted away. But she knows the truth. She knows how it felt to keep showing up for people who kept letting her down, to be the peacemaker in rooms that made her feel invisible, to be the one who loved loud and was left with silence. They didn't explain. They didn't take accountability. They didn't say, I'm sorry, I hurt you. So she stopped needing it. Yes, because one day she realized closure isn't about them. It's about you. Who am I talking to? Because listen, okay, who am I talking to right now? It's about choosing to stop bleeding from wounds that nobody plans to heal. It's about forgiving people who never even admitted they did anything wrong. It's about understanding that some people are only sorry when it's convenient, and healing can't wait for their convenience, okay? She became the closure. She stopped waiting on that apology. Stop chasing that conversation. Stop hoping they'd wake up and realize what they lost. She made peace with the unanswered questions. She let go of the need to be understood. She decided that her healing didn't need their permission. And once she did that, everything changed. Do you understand? Everything changed. She started to feel light again, not because they came back, but because she did. She came back to herself. She picked up her power. She gave herself the love, the protection, the clarity they never could. She became whole without their help. And now she doesn't flinch when she hears their name. She doesn't shrink when someone asks what happened. She doesn't need to even explain. Because the version of her that used to need closure, she's gone. The woman she is now, she doesn't even need closure. She is it, okay? So if you never get that apology, if they ghosted you, abandoned you, played victim, and left you to clean up your own heart, this is your reminder. You don't need closure from people who were okay with causing the wound. Give yourself the grace they never gave you. Speak the truth to yourself, even if they never will. Okay, let your growth be the final chapter. You're not crazy. You're not bitter. You're healing. And you're doing it beautifully. Do you understand? And this one is for me too, okay? Because I waited for a long time to get an apology. A long time from a family member to get an apology, to understand my pain. Until I had to become her. I had to become her, the one who was her own closure. I had to realize I will never get that closure. I will never get that accountability. I will never get those conversations, those unanswered questions. And so I had to make peace with that. I had to understand, you know what? It is not their job to heal me. It is my job to heal me. Okay? And once I did that, that's really when everything did change. And I started looking at myself better, loving myself better, understanding that setting boundaries so this doesn't happen again, standing up for myself, protecting myself, all of these things I had to do. Because sometimes people cannot love you in the capacity that you need them to love you. Sometimes they just don't have the capacity to love you the way that you need them to. They're not going to show up the way that you need them to. So you got to show up for yourself. That was a hard pill for me to swallow. Because this person right here raised me. And it wasn't my mother. Because if y'all know my story, you know my story. You know. But I had to realize I will never get that apology or that accountability. So I had to be that closure. All right. So with that being said, be the woman who walks in a room and make people wonder. Secure the bag, protect your peace, and stay rich, rich babes. Love you.